Hello, Jessica Frost Ballas here with a video for Honeybee Stamps. Today I'm sharing a card with lots of die cutting and a little Copic coloring, so let's get started. I'm using the Lovely Layers Magnolia die with the Quatrefoil 2-layer cover plate die. I die cut all the flower pieces twice from white cardstock and the Quatrefoil cover plate die from gold glitter cardstock and navy blue cardstock. Off camera, I end up changing one of the Magnolia pieces out for gold glitter cardstock, but you'll see that later. First, I color the Magnolia flowers using shades of pale pink. I start with my darkest shade, R43, and add pink highlights along the embossed lines on the petal for each flower layer. You can see how the flower will eventually line up by looking for the embossed lines in each layer. Then I expand that highlight with R21 and start to feather out the edges. Next, I expand the highlight further with R00 and continue feathering out the edges. Finally, I use R0000 to blend out the pale pink into the rest of the petal. I color the entire petal with R0000 and make sure to overlap the other petals a bit so I won't see any pure white when I layer the flower together. For the leaves, I start by coloring the entire leaf with G21. Then I use G29 as my darkest shade for the leaves and color the stem and some of the veins. I also add a little of the G29 around the edges of the leaf to help give it a little dimension. Then I expand the dark areas with G28 and G24. Finally, I color the entire leaf again with G21 to blend everything together. I color the center of the flower with E44 and E47, and as mentioned earlier, I die cut part of the flower center from gold glitter cardstock for a little extra sparkle. Next, I use a floral embossing tool, which is a rounded metal ball on the end of a handle, to add a little dimension to my petals. I place the cardstock on a foam pad and roll the ball around in small circles on my petal. As I break down the paper fibers, the cardstock starts to curl up like a realistic petal. I repeat this process for each layer and for the leaves as well. After my flowers are finished, I add liquid glue to the back of the gold glitter Quatrefoil cover plate die and adhere it to the navy blue panel. I just love the stitching detail on the navy blue panel. Then I adhere my flowers together using liquid glue. You can follow the shapes of the petals to see how the flower fits together. The curl from the embossing tool just helps to give the flower petals a more realistic look. Next, I stamp and die cut a sentiment from Bitty Buzzwords and adhere it to the Quatrefoil panel with foam mounting tape. Once that's in place, I adhere the flowers and leaves around it. Off camera, I add Nuvo Crystal Glaze to the flower centers to finish the card. And that's it. I hope you enjoyed today's video, and if you did, I'd love for you to give it a thumbs up and leave a comment. Be sure to subscribe to the Honeybee Stamps channel for even more crafty inspiration. Thanks so much for watching, and until next time, have a great day and happy crafting. Bye!